You want to know one of the things I actually really love about living in these end times? So watching God reveal all of the evil and watching people having eyes to see and ears to hear the truth. Check this out.
Flat Earth. For years, I thought these people were crazy. Anyone who said the Earth is flat, I thought they were crazy. I believed in evolution, I believed in science, I believed that we were just a ball spinning around. I believed in all of it, the Big Bang. But then I started to realize, I said, a lot of the things that I believed in turned out to be not true. A lot of what the media told me wasn't true. What the government told me wasn't true. Is it at all possible that this is another thing that they're not telling us? And the reason I think that is because something as important as whether the Earth is flat or round, why have they not gone out and just proved it? Why wouldn't they go, hey guys, it's actually a really good idea, we should actually check, maybe it is flat. But they just cut off the argument straight away, they don't even let you argue about it. And the photos they have of the Earth, they look like they're created by ChatGPT. So something as important as this, you think that they would at least go out and say, yeah, let's actually have a look and figure out whether it's flat or round, but they don't. They just call anyone crazy who calls it flat. And then I looked into it, I said, what is NASA? What does NASA stand for? NASA means to deceive. And then I look at the Bible, how the Bible says all four corners of the earth. And then you ask ChatGPT to generate an image of the earth based on what the Bible says about it, and it's flat. So I'm sorry for all the years that I've called you flat earth is crazy, because I think that I'm about to jump ship and jump on your team.
In this scene, upon the arrival of the third astronaut, we can observe how his right foot seemingly becomes entangled with one of the cables that supports him. Subsequently, we then see the same astronaut attempting to adjust the cable that is currently entangled around his foot using his right hand. He also reaches his hand behind him and tries to adjust his harness. Feeling quite uncomfortable, he adjusts his suit to rectify the mistake. His partner, seeing this, joins him in adjusting his own. After their greeting to sirs was concluded, they appear quite uncomfortable and awkward about leaving, with one astronaut completely tangled up in his harness. His companions leave without even trying to offer him any help. Until the very last moment, the astronaut on the right struggles to untangle himself without being able to accomplish it.
Let's talk about airplanes, flights, and how they actually help prove the flat Earth. We're told the Earth spins really fast, about 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. But here's the question. If an airplane is flying east at just 800 kilometers per hour, how does it ever catch up to the ground that's supposedly spinning twice as fast? And what about landing? How can a flight safely land on a runway that's moving at 1,600 kilometers per hour underneath it? That sounds impossible. They say the atmosphere moves with the Earth because of gravity, like it's stuck on with Velcro. But above the clouds, there's just empty space. Does that really make sense? Now think about this. If Earth is really round and curving, every airplane would have to constantly tilt its nose down just to stay close to the ground. At regular speed, a plane would need to dip about 850 meters every minute, or it would start flying way off into the sky like 50,000 meters high in just 1 hour. But here's the thing, pilots don't do that. Once a flight reaches cruising altitude, the plane stays level. It doesn't dip, it doesn't curve, it just flies straight. That's a big clue. If the Earth was really spinning and curving, wouldn't every airplane have to adjust constantly? But they don't. Flights are smooth, level, and straight, just like the surface of a flat Earth. So next time you fly, look out the window and ask yourself, are we really on a spinning ball? Or are airplanes quietly proving the flat Earth every single day?
Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landings, and he tells us clear as day in the film The Shining. Now, this is an age-old topic people have debated for decades, so let's talk about it. In the film, little Danny is playing on a carpet with a unique set of patterns, which closely resemble NASA's launch pad for the Apollo missions. Okay, probably just coincidence, but suddenly out of nowhere, the Overlook Hotel rolls a tennis ball. And then Danny stands up, and the answer is revealed in an instant. Danny's wearing a sweater with a rocket that says Apollo 11. Now, the audience watching the film is literally seeing a symbolic launch of the Apollo 11 as Danny rises from the floor. So Danny, in his Apollo 11 sweatshirt, is then heading to the room 237, the very room he was warned about. Now, in the original book, the room is 217, but Kubrick changed it to 237 because the moon, as we are told, is 237,000 miles away. Now, a funny story, or Toy Story, Woody and Buzz come into references with The Shining. You can see it here on the carpet. It's the same thing we saw earlier, and this was done on purpose. Then there's a reference to 237 when using the computer, another one on the license plate of this garbage truck, and another on the camera of the daycare center. And it even says Overlook, the hotel where The Shining took place. Now, here's a photograph you don't see often. In 1966, Kubrick is seen meeting with NASA officials and employees as well as Arthur C. Clarke. Pretty damning photograph. Just 3 years before the first moon landing, Kubrick happens to be running with NASA and a well-known author of sci-fi books and the man who helped him create 2001: A Space Odyssey, a #1 box office hit for mental conditioning of the masses. And then, what do you know, 1 year later, the first Apollo mission takes place. You know, at some point, you have to see the signs for what they are, being more than just mere coincidence. And of course, with Disney, you do enough research and you'll find out that Walt Disney was a Freemason, a dark occultist obsessed with magic, and deeply connected with NASA to help propagate the idea of space travel to the masses. You have Nazi scientist Wernher von Braun, lead rocket engineer of NASA, thanks to Operation Paperclip, and the world's greatest animator of his era. But we'll get more into that next time. It's pretty clear that NASA, Hollywood, and Disney are all interconnected, so before you fall for the fake Stanley Kubrick interviews and behind the scenes footage, understand Kubrick has been seen with NASA officials before the movie, during the movie, and left plenty of clues in both The Shining and The Odyssey. If you seek the actual truth, you'll find that this was one of the greatest psyops in history.
It seems like I'm floating in front of the Earth, doesn't it? In reality, all of this is a set. We use giant green screens, harnesses that lift me up, and then the computer adds the planet. Look, this is how they film us. And I'm not even an astronaut, I'm an actor. And many of us are as well. So don't believe everything.
Guys, I'm so disgusted. They used the devil's number in the heliocentric model multiple times. 666.66, 66.6. Like, I'm disgusted to find this out. I just found this out. Most of their numbers they use for measurements in the heliocentric globe model, the spinning ball Earth, is 666. They're putting it right in our face. These people are the devil, literally, and they use the devil's number constantly. Share this video. It is disgusting.
Biggest conspiracy theory that freaks everybody out is flat Earth.
But
Plenty
there's
of them.
Satellite photographs of Earth from space.
Those are all cartoons.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that even the NASA, the guys who actually do those composites, those are composite imagery.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Let's look at footage from the space station of Earth.
Right there, a little stitching, like right there.
So this would just keep going straight forever.
Do you see that line?
Yeah,
do you see that line right there? What is that?
What is that line?
Yeah, what is that line? Well, that looks like stitching to me. It looks like they've stitched together and it crosses over there through that mountain range right there.
That is weird, whatever that is. But
so by your very example, I'm just saying that you have to have a certain amount of faith in that. And on the surface, mundus vult decipi.
Okay. You're freaking me out. Go back to that, Jamie. So what is the explanation? Go back a little bit.
Yeah, what is the explanation of that line right there?
Right, but how weird is that? That is weird that there's this line.
Right, because that
clear.
in itself is a composite image, a cartoon that has been put together for you to look at this apparent live imagery.
This live video feed from the International Space Station
has been interrupted because you're watching too much.
Due to either a change in the onboard camera configuration or loss of signal with the communications network. The video will return when the connection is reestablished. So this is during the live feed.
Whenever they're up there shooting with cameras outside, you're like, oh, there's the curvature, and then every now and then the camera turns and it inverts for a moment, then it goes back down.
I've never seen that.
I watch a lot of NASA stuff. The way laser sighting across large bodies of water or navigation maps for air travel, for pilots, is always the presumption of a flat Earth. It's always in the pilot manuals.
It's got about 18 million tracks in it. And the light is shining through like never before, filling us all with the hope and the sure knowledge that the path will be a little easier next time. I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
One of these things is not like the other. Hey, so this one was done in 1892. Strangely enough, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, the International Civil Aviation Organization, the International Maritime Organization, and the World Meteorological Organization, they use this as their logo today. Just like this thing, but let's zoom in on this real quick. It says 1926 right there, November 1st, 1926. Stationary Earth. Guess where this is found? So this was actually, you can find this in the Library of Congress. You can find this at Yale University. If you type in the Gleason's map, you must type in Yale University after that in order to be brought to the exact place to find this, because you need the indicator markers on this. Look how much it looks just like a clock. Maybe, just maybe, because that's how God built this earth. And it's not like this. One of these things is not like the other. Hey, do you guys know that the guy who was in charge of doing the blue marble, his name is Robert Simmons. Did you know that he said that the hardest part was wrapping the flat map around a ball? Do you want to see? Here, let me go show you. Robert Simmons is known for creating the blue marble of the earth. It was on everybody's wallpaper on the iPhones back in 2007. This is just screenshots from NASA's actual page. I circled down here, that's nasa.gov, and right as it say right here, then we wrap the flat map around a ball. So they took this flat map and this one and wrapped it around a ball and put Antarctica at the bottom of the ball. Do you honestly think people are upside down? Trains go upside down, airplanes fly upside down. Do you think logically airplanes take off of and land on a ball that is doing, hold on, 8 different motions? 8. I don't think many people would be flying in airplanes if they thought that this was going on. What's also weird is this kind of looks like an eyeball to me. The pupil, right, and the retina and the eyeball. Same thing with over here. Gee, I wonder if that's why they always do the one-eyed symbolism. It's always weird, though, how they always just show the Earth like this, still images. Yet they never show the Earth in real time, fully spinning or wobbling or on the tilt. Go look it up. I promise you, you will not find a true picture of the Earth on the tilt. It will all be cartoons. This is actually CGI. They admit it. Computer-generated images. Did you know that computer-generated images came out the same year as NASA? The movie was called Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock, but I digress. Let's keep going. With all the satellites out there and the fact that we've been to Mars and we've been to the moon so many times, how come they can never show us the full Earth just elliptical orbiting around the sun? Or wobbling, or tilted, or being pulled by the sun's gravity through the universe? Why? Why can't they show us this? They always just show us this. You know, every single time I've always seen water, it always needs a container. You know, lakes, rivers, canals, you know, like a container kind of like this. Or even like this. One of these things is not like the other. Do you know how fast the elliptical orbit is? 66,600 miles per hour. That's on top of the spin, the 1,000 miles per hour spin. Yeah. And do you know that the elliptical orbit means it's an ellipse, which means it speeds up and slows down? So if you can imagine something is going 66,600 miles per hour and it slows down even 1 mile per hour, it would liquefy everything. Yet all trees grow straight up. It's weird how we have a vacuum of space that's just sucking us through. Yeah, we're allowed to keep our air to breathe. Gnats can fly freely, birds can fly freely, butterflies, ladybugs. Heck, even dust flies freely. The clouds don't get sucked right off the earth. But Jennifer, there's a pendulum. You can see it in the museum. Oh, you mean the government-ran museum? With the pendulum that's hooked to a pivot that's hooked to the ceiling? Think about it.
Yeah, you know what it is. Flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal. Yeah, you know what it is. Flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal, flatten toroidal. Flat plane, toroidal feel like swall around the edge. Globe head scared her, but the real ones pledge. Soon as I drop the truth, look at them haters' face. They hate the flat dirt, call it a damn disgrace. Horizon always flat, no curvature to measure. Water finds a level, can't curve, that's the treasure. Antarctic ice wall, keep the secrets inside. Treaty sign to hide, it explores, denied. NASA lies whatever launch, CGI space fake. Why it's holding astronauts, it's all a big take. Fuck the spinning ball Earth, it's a giant shit lie. Earth flat and stationary under open sky. No Coriolis effect, bullets fly straight line. Gyroscope firm, no rotation sign. Toroidal field surrounds the entire plane. Star circle the pole, not spinning glow motion. Flat earth facts, it's pure devotion. High flights proving horizon rises to eye. No drop, no bend, glow period out.
The flat earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.